Welcome everybody to the Saturday night Paddock show here at the 10th and final round of the 2021 Vera Tools British Kart Championship. We're at PFI. We've had an absolutely outstanding day of racing here in the Honda Cadet, the Rotax classes, and as well as the Total Karting Zero engineered by Rob Spendy guest classes. Oh, it's the last evening. This time tomorrow, everyone will be packing up and going home after a fantastic 2021 season. But before we get, what a day we've had. I mean, some of the racing has been superb.
Well, it's been final worthy, hasn't it? And we're only at the first day. We're at the first day. You know, we've only done the heats. I think there's a couple more heats to do tomorrow and the pre-finals and finals.
Second max heats and a few others, and then we're into the repêchages, the pre-finals, what have you. Yeah. Just a fantastic spectacle of racing.
Yeah.
Worthy of the season finale.
Oh yes, definitely so. I mean, you just have to look back at Heat 2 for the Junior Rotax because I mean. Wow!
I mean, let's have we got half an hour. Let's have a little chat to try and find some of the contenders for today.
Well, yeah.
I mean, okay. Harry Linden spoke to me this morning, and he said, "I'm going to bring the action today."
Yes.
And he was not lying. I mean, for Leon Henderson, so Junior Rotax, 8 drivers started the day with a chance of the title. We finished the heats in Junior Rotax.
Yep.
I think we're down to about six drivers in with the shout, really. Now. Leon Henderson was the leader, had that spin in the first heat, but what a way to fight back in the second heat. He goes from third to first around the outside of hairpin number 1.
Yeah.
Harry Linden goes, I see your move, and I'll raise you, going around the outside of 3 people from 4th to 1st around the outside of hairpin 2.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't write it, could you?
Two of the best moves of the season in the space of 2 corners. But that goes to show that's what it means to these drivers. They're saving their best to last. When the pressure is at its highest, you know, the top drivers deliver.
Yeah, they really do, and it just shows, and that is fantastic when you do see those drivers shine out in circuit because you really see their true potential that they have got to deliver. And that, you know, that's the best thing about this championship because, like you say, you can have a season where, you know, you're tucking in, you're there in the pack, you're there in the top zone, but you're really not showing what you've got. And when it comes out like that, it's absolutely fantastic, and you really see the best out of everyone.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we're going to speak to a few drivers. I think one of the drivers we're going to speak to a little bit is by there. Now he's trying to sidle past. I mean, we'll come back to Junior Rotax. Let's look at Cadet Honda Cadet a little bit. Lucas Blanford, he's hideaway. I mean,
can't run away. You can't run away. Come on.
We were talking about this. So Lucas is all the way from Scotland. He's only been racing since I think July last year. Right. Is that right?
Yeah.
So one of the most inexperienced drivers on the grid, privateer driver on a zip cart. You know, but good day today. Well done.
I mean, it was all right. It's not the best, but I mean, first heat was probably the worst ever.
Well, okay, so take us through what happened, because we're focusing obviously on the championship picture. You know, there's a battle for the best privateer, isn't there, really? And that's what Lucas has been going for here. So go on then, tell us what happened that made it the worst ever. I'm sure you're fibbing. I'm sure it wasn't the worst ever.
Well, I mean, lap 1, I was supposed to be on the inside, but I went to the outside, which is there's always going to be a spinner in the first lap, especially at the hairpin. So, I mean, that's what happened. So, basically, I just got involved in a load of carnage and basically plumb last.
Okay, well, fair enough. So, I mean, you recovered well in the second race, but we're at the end of the first season. Okay, last season you started racing, last season with all the problems that we had, you know, with COVID and what have you. This is your first real season. With 1 day to go, how would you sum up the Vera Tools British Kart Championship as your first season as a privateer, you know, and as someone in the Cadet Honda, you know, racing on your own? What would you say about it?
I mean, it has been difficult, but it's been a great experience learning loads of different stuff. Like, I mean, it's basically just a bit of fun, but also to push as hard as we can to, you know, get up there.
Now, as well as that, we go in and out of the tea mornings all the time. But the far end of the paddock, you've got your van, you've got your easier boarding at the side of it, you've got your cart, and your dad there as well. So, what's it been like as a family doing this as a privateer? How was that experience?
It's been very difficult, but a great experience yet again for all of us. I mean, it has been quite difficult to, you know, get setups and all that, but I mean, it's definitely taught us a lot as a family.
Good. Now, the key thing is, are you going to be back next year?
we'll have to wait and see.
Have to wait and see. Okay, good. Leave us hanging. Leave us right now. Thank you very much, Mr. Blanford, and the best of luck for tomorrow. Hopefully, you won't be plumb last at the end of the pre-final.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. Thank you very much. There we go. Again, Anthony, great, that young man there, great, performance. His first season, that your first interview, some of these drivers, they're experiencing things, for the first time, and they're doing it as a family.
Yeah.
We're going to go down this way because we
down
came
this
past
way?
Colt this morning. We're going to because I think there's some of we got Strawberry and we got KR Sport down there. But yeah, great experience. Now we'll come back to Cadet Holder.
Yes.
We were in the middle of Junior Road Tax.
We were indeed.
Because the driver throughout all this, who has come out, I think leading the championship at the moment is Dan Ginchard.
I believe you could be correct there, yes. Who'd have thunk it? Because he was fourth at the beginning of this weekend and he's come through after one day.
But of course, all the drivers we're seeing about taking points off each other, the great moves, Harry Linden taking a win, but all the other contenders are taking points off each other. Ginchard is just doing what he needs to do. I mean, it's fantastic, and we still don't know who's going to win. Leon Henderson's going to be thinking, I'm still going to win.
Yeah.
Ginchard's thinking, I'm going to win, and even someone like Harry Linden thinking, well, I can win because I've shown I can win. I mean, last weekend we saw people come from rank outsiders to take the title, didn't we? It's never over until the very, very end.
Yeah, and that's what you have to love about the British Kart Championships, don't you? Because it's always to the very end, and that's what makes it exciting for absolutely everyone, the spectators here, the viewers at home, and for us in the commentary box, as well as the drivers, of course.
So we're going past KR Sports. So again, one of those outsiders, Sean Butcher in senior road tax. Now Sean, you're in there. We got let's have a look. Where's Sean's kart? Right in the far corner. Should we have a little? Let's have a little.
We can go in as long as we don't get Louis in the camera, because if Louis gets in the camera, we have to censor everything.
Well, to start with, I want to introduce. So we talked to Henry Ayres earlier on. I want to introduce everyone to Humphrey Ayres. Here is this is. Not being funny, but this is my favourite member. Hi, Humphrey. Humphrey's a really good boy. He's got his tennis ball. He's supporting Henry Ayres, and there he is. Hi, Humphrey. This is your first kart meeting, and he's a bit tired at the moment, but he's a very good boy. There we go. He's far more conducive to being on camera than Lexi the Rottweiler. The Doberman, sorry.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But let's move to Sean Butcher. So we talked to the Hunter brothers earlier on. They're running 1-2. He's at the front of his kart, and he said, he's an outsider, but hey, we got a chance. He's looking a bit glum. I'm going to peek over his shoulder. Oh, he's watching the live stream back there. Good lad, Sean, watching the live stream back. We got Dan Tate over in the corner there. This is the 177 group. So we're going to catch up with a few drivers. Firstly, Sean, how's it going?
Yeah, it's been an all right day. 2 thirds, it's pretty solid, really.
Now, we were the last heat race. We were defending early, so we were surmising there might be some of the tyre pressures. It took a time to come up, maybe a little bit. But you had to defend it because you had Reese right behind you. So that was all you could do, isn't it? If you're struggling at the start and your championship rivals behind you, you've got to defend earlier than maybe you would normally.
Yeah, especially if you hit the front of a pack and you're pushing your own fresh air, you're not going to have the toe. So it makes you more vulnerable. You do have to cover yourself as much as you can.
Yeah, and then eventually you got away. So I think you got third in that last one?
Yeah, third again.
Okay, so that's not bad. And still mathematically with a shout tomorrow, okay, it's an outside chance, but hey, anything can happen in karting.
Yeah, exactly, especially if it rains.
Especially if it rains. Ooh, there we go.
What have you heard?
What have you heard?
I don't know.
Stop it. But okay, thanks, Sean. We're going to squeeze around there. We got a couple of our 2 177 contenders here. I'm going to squeeze in the way and just sidle on up very carefully. Dan Tate's going to try and squeeze out of the way, but no. First things first, Matthew. Easton, how has your day been? That was good scrap in the start there. Tactical, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I just couldn't get close enough to go in. So I just pretty much sat behind the whole race. So
We're upsetting Sean's mechanic here because we got a camera and he wants to start fixing Sean's
carry
car.
on, don't...
I know we got a job to. We'll be all right. Dan, just very
on.
quickly. Championship leader. 177. It's going to come down to the wire. How pleased are you with today? How's your ribs, by the way?
Yeah, ribs are all good, mate. I'm pretty pleased with that heat win.
They breed them up north, right?
happy, yeah.
Happy, good. There's 9 of you this weekend, so in a way, there are more carts to take points off you if there are problems.
Yeah, obviously, but It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Right. What was funny, and I know the mechanic is now going to get really upset. But the atmosphere before the first race, there was two of you. There was Henry, there was Louis Large, the 4 championship contenders were sitting around chatting, beforehand. Then we went to the next race, which was juniors, and there's 26 drivers just sat in their karts looking forward. That must be nice for you to have that sort of camaraderie, that sort of action.
Yeah, it's just nice to be able to come in, enjoy it, and just not be so tense all the time. We're all just doing it to enjoy it at the end of the day at this point. So yeah, nice.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. We're gonna let Sean's mechanic get back to work. If Sean's a bit slow in the morning, we'll know that it's because we stopped this mechanic getting the cart prepped. But
I wouldn't put it all on that.
No. I mean,
that's unfair. I can't put it all on.
No, I'm not going to
put it all on that.
But I mean, there's the difference. That's what you want to see. So intensely competitive atmosphere here, but. There's still time for the 177s. They're here. They're having a laugh. So there's Henry Ayres' his car. I think. With Dan Tate's doing quite well in that first heat and Henry not winning it, I think that he's having his last day of the year with that number 1 plan. I think. And that's but he'll be going up with an absolute one. He's going to retire at the end of this year.
Yeah.
He's got a puppy now. Once you've got a puppy, and it's as cute as I'm free.
Yeah.
Then that's it. So there's our senior X30 champion Clayton Ravenscroft. He had his glory last weekend.
Yeah, he did.
Let's move over. So there's 177. Dan Tate still leading 177. Matthew Easton in that first heat they had chased him, but you said he couldn't get quite close enough. Ayres not winning that race, so it's now a 3-horse battle. Tate, Large, and Easton. We've talked about senior Rotax. So then. Kai Hunter, that last race, he won both his heat races, so he's going to get maximum heat points. Sean Butcher, I think, and Reese Hunter are level pegging on points, but I mean, Reese Hunter still leads, but by a smaller margin. In junior Rotax is like I said, Ginchard is in the lead, but by such a narrow margin. Minimax. We've only had one Minimax heat race there. I'm quite glad in a way because I don't think my ticker could handle anymore.
No, Minimax was it was certainly a show, wasn't it, for us for only the one race that we had. But yeah, again, a fantastic show of skill from the young drivers coming in. But like I say, they've got a really close championship. Ethan Jeffhall, he struggled in that race.
Well, he did, but it's one of those things that he was saying that that Sean mentioned it. The minute that you get you start pushing your own air, you're going backwards.
Yeah.
I was sort of singing opera in the paddock, late at night, which is good. Now the strawberry awning is over there.
Yeah.
There is a gate that leads us there. Now there's a factory racing driver over there now, Sam Winter.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
You've got a bone to pick with him.
I've got him. I can see him. He's coming this way. But he sent me a message saying, I haven't got the cart on the roof rack. I'm in the van like a full factory driver this weekend. He's walking this way smiling at me.
Sam.
Come hither. Sam, okay, how are you, sir?
I'm right, how are you doing?
Timon and Pumbaa, is it?
Yes.
Sorry. Sorry, yeah.
He was asking, which one am I? I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, I'm Pumbaa, I'm the warthog.
Yes. Yeah. I saw the post on Instagram, but I couldn't actually add a photograph, so I had to just comment. Then I saw it come up on Facebook, and I was going to try and add a picture, but I wasn't sure if it was too far.
No, not at all, not at all. I would have started singing, Hakuna Matata. End of the season.
Yeah.
A fantastic season. What are your thoughts now that it's coming to the end?
It's been amazing. Yeah, it's been really good. Happy with how I've been going. It's amazing to see some of the guys at the front are just on another level completely. But this is the perfect place for people who are like winning their clubbies or in the top 3 at their club. Everyone at that level just needs to come and do this next. Because you're not going to learn driving against slower or regular guys, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a massive learning curve, and everyone who wants to get better should do it, definitely.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see the flying Sam Winter tomorrow. Hope you're not flying too much. Kart going okay though?
Yeah, it's fine. I was about mid-pack yesterday, but I've run into a bit of pace troubles today. Bit of engine, bit of tyres, bit of fitness as well. It's hard on the shoulders here. So yeah, tomorrow should be better. I'm better in the wet, so it's wet in the morning. hopefully.
Ooh, you've seen some.
Yeah.
This is the
That's
second
the second
person that
person
said
who's
this.
mentioned wet.
You're looking at a different weather forecast of us.
It's from about 8 o'clock. It might be wet, so we could get a wet first race. Definitely first practice, I would have thought. But I want it to be wet all day.
Right.
Then engines and kit don't come into it so much. I've got a good feeling in the wet, which I'm really confident with. So I want it to be wet every meeting.
The great level of rain. Thank you very much, and best of luck tomorrow. And no, I think it's
Thanks,
Timon and Pumba. We'll sing.
Have a nice evening.
You
We
too,
certainly will,
Mr.
we
Winter.
certainly will.
Right.
Now, we have been over to the Thule Motorsport awning. We keep getting caught. So we did briefly have a little guided tour around the Thule awning
Last weekend.
but they weren't here. They
No,
just
they
set
weren't
up. They were that keen.
They were that
They
keen.
set up a week early. But we've spoken to drivers who have had a good day today, that came in looking for a championship, having a good day. Drew Tooley's just seen us, go and warn the troops. But
Yeah.
Neil Clark in there, a driver that was, in the thick of the championship battle coming into today, but has not had a good day. So he's one of the ones that at the start, his championship chances are sort of diminishing. They've turned the music off.
No,
Oh,
they haven't.
No, they haven't. Right.
No, right. We're
We're
breaking
going
in.
in.
We're breaking in. If we don't come back, call International Rescue.
No,
Hello,
no.
Thule. How are
Here we go. Right. Welcome to the brand spanking new Thule Motorsport awning, brought to you by Drew Thule. No longer a easy up awning. Look at it, resplendent. There we go, Drew. And we're going to speak to this young man here for a minute. Neo, up we get, because we want to talk a little bit about what's happened today. It's been a struggle today, yes.
Yeah, we struggled in quality because everyone was just rolling over, so struggled to get trap position, and we ended up getting really bad trap position, which meant we didn't have the greatest quality. So we've made our way through today, so it wasn't too bad in the end.
Yeah, you're picking up places, and of course all the other drivers that are in the champ, they're taking points off each other. Ginchan's doing really well. Henderson's had a bad result. He's been on fire as well as Harry Linden. So, for you're hoping now that you've gained some. Do you have any idea where you're going to be for the pre-final?
We've not calculated it yet, but we're hoping to be around the same position, if not a bit higher up.
Bit higher up, yeah. Because you're still with a chance of now. And of course, look at this brand spanking. Here's Mr. Thule, Andrew. This is we're not. You were upset at us for coming and seeing you at Warden Law in an easy up awning. Here we are. Look at this. This awning's got to be worth at least 2 tenths a lap, hasn't it?
Hopefully a bit more. I'd hope so, but yeah, it's getting out that all got the new tent, putting everything together, getting a few more drives and whatnot. So yeah.
Well, the best of luck tomorrow for to end your return to the British paddock, on a high, and you're obviously going for a title with Neo. It's going to be hard, but again, that's what you're in it for, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we can have a good result with him tomorrow. Obviously he's doing quite well in the championship, so we'll hope for a good result in the championship as well. Hope for a good result with them all as well. But yeah, Neo's up there in the championship, so let's see what happens.
Brilliant. Well then, good luck to all the two drivers. Ben Burge having a good start. There's Neil Clark. Ben Follin's Kart is over there. I think you've got Nicole Sutherland's over in the far corner. Tom Adams, he did his best to try and spoil his dad's day and Morgan's day by in the first heat, but he's doing really well again. And there we go. So now we've given Drew a bit of grief. I've got to say, nearly everyone in the awning said, make sure you go and give Drew some grief about the awning. So we have, and here we are in what is the nicest, shiniest new awning of the paddock.
Indeed.
There we go. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, boys and girls.
We'll let our cameraman out. There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So,
yeah, no, what?
It's getting the light is it's getting dark now because the lights are rolling in. This is something that So this time tomorrow, the pack down, Anthony. It'll be the end of a season, but it's going to be an absolutely fantastic one.
Oh, it is. I'm very much looking forward to it. Like I say, today was exciting. I was looking forward to today. I wasn't expecting it to be that exciting, but it was. Tomorrow, like I say, just don't know. And especially with maybe a little bit of rain.
Well, apparently so. A little bit of rain. Well, there we go. All it leaves us to say is thank you for everyone who's joined us on the paddock shows, our journey so far through the paddock. Tomorrow, just before 10 a.m, we're going to be, tomorrow just before 10 a.m, we're going to be live on air for the last day of the last round of the 2021 Vera Tools British Kart Championship season. Very smart there, Anthony. Thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
We will indeed.